Yes, it happened. And it is important to talk about it clearly and calmly so everyone understands exactly what this approval means. Congress has passed a bill that directly affects Social Security, extra monthly payments, and related financial support for seniors, retirees, and individuals living on fixed incomes across the country. This update has caused a mixture of confusion, excitement, and misinformation. The purpose of this discussion is to clarify what is real, what has been approved, and how it could influence your finances this month and in the months to come. By explaining the details in simple language, the goal is to help everyone understand what applies to them and how to stay prepared. The timing of this bill is significant. Many seniors are currently facing financial pressure. Rising costs for groceries, housing, utilities, healthcare, and insurance have made it increasingly difficult for fixed incomes to cover the essentials as they once did. Lawmakers have acknowledged these challenges, and this bill is part of a broader effort to maintain income stability for people who rely on Social Security and related benefits as their primary source of support. While it does not change the entire system overnight, it introduces meaningful updates that can affect monthly payments, timing, and eligibility for supplemental support. It is essential to understand that this bill does not replace Social Security, nor does it reduce existing benefits. Social Security remains a foundational program, and monthly retirement survivor, disability, supplemental security income, and disability insurance payments continue as they always have. What this legislation does is authorize additional funding and policy adjustments, enabling specific increases, supplemental credits, or temporary extra payments under defined circumstances. These changes are designed to strengthen the system and provide targeted relief rather than completely rewrite the program. The term extra payment has been widely discussed, but it can mean different things depending on individual situations. In this legislation, extra payments are linked to supplemental funding allocations that support cost of living adjustments, special payment provisions, and administrative flexibility for particular groups. These payments are not universal checks issued to every recipient in the same amount. Instead, they are structured so that eligible individuals may see higher deposits, supplemental credits, or adjusted monthly totals based on their benefit type and income status. One of the primary objectives of this bill is to protect purchasing power. Social Security payments are adjusted periodically to account for cost of living increases, but those adjustments often lag behind real-world expenses. This legislation recognizes that reality and provides mechanisms that allow certain benefit categories to receive additional support when inflation and essential costs rise faster than standard adjustments. This is particularly relevant for seniors who spend a significant portion of their income on healthcare and housing, which tend to increase more rapidly than general inflation. It is also important to understand how Congress approves and enacts a bill like this. When legislation affecting Social Security and related benefits is passed, it authorizes funding and policy changes, but implementation occurs through federal agencies. This means changes do not appear immediately. Payment adjustments are processed through existing systems that follow monthly cycles and verification procedures. Some changes can take effect within weeks, while others may be phased in over several months depending on their complexity. This bill includes provisions intended to streamline processing and reduce delays. In recent years, many seniors have experienced payment delays due to staffing shortages, system backlogs, and administrative slowdowns. Part of the funding approved by this bill is specifically designated to improve efficiency in processing, which helps ensure that eligible payments are issued accurately and on time. While this does not guarantee perfection, it reflects a clear effort to stabilize the delivery of benefits. For retirees who are already receiving Social Security, the most noticeable effect will likely be reflected in adjusted payment amounts, rather than entirely new streams of income. These adjustments may appear as slightly higher monthly deposits or as supplemental amounts linked to specific eligibility criteria. For individuals receiving supplemental security income, the impact of this bill may be more pronounced, as SSI recipients are often more directly affected by supplemental funding due to strict income and asset limits. Recipients of Social Security disability insurance are also included in the scope of this legislation. Disability beneficiaries frequently face higher living costs related to medical care and accessibility needs, and the bill acknowledges these realities. While SSDI payments operate under a different structure than SSI, the bill allows for targeted support that aligns with the cost pressures commonly experienced by disabled individuals. Survivor beneficiaries, including widows and widowers, are likewise considered in this bill. Survivor benefits are often lower than retirement benefits, which can leave individuals financially vulnerable. The bill provides adjustments to help ensure that survivors are not left behind as living costs rise. These adjustments are structured within existing benefit formulas to maintain fairness and consistency. It is also important to clarify the use of the term stimulus payments. Unlike previous emergency checks that were sent during national crises, this legislation does not create one-time universal payments. Instead, it provides structured financial support through the Social Security system. While some eligible individuals may see what feels like a stimulus-style increase, these funds are delivered through benefit adjustments rather than standalone checks. The funding authorized by Congress is tied to specific budget allocations. This means the money is already accounted for within federal spending plans, and it is not speculative or dependent on future votes. However, how the funds are distributed depends on eligibility, benefit categories, and administrative timelines. Understanding this process is essential for managing expectations and avoiding misunderstandings about potential payments. A significant aspect of this legislation is its emphasis on fairness across benefit groups. Lawmakers are aiming to balance support so that individuals with the greatest financial need receive proportionally more assistance. This recognizes that not all seniors face the same challenges. For example, someone living solely on a minimal SSI benefit experiences cost increases differently than someone with a higher retirement benefit and additional savings. The bill also reinforces protections against benefit reductions. Concerns about the long-term stability of Social Security are ongoing. While this legislation does not address every future challenge, it does include safeguards to prevent immediate cuts or interruptions in benefits. This reassurance is important for those relying on monthly payments to cover essential expenses. It is worth noting that misinformation often spreads quickly when major legislation is passed. Claims about massive checks, automatic bonuses for everyone, or sudden changes to eligibility frequently circulate without context. Focusing on verified legislative outcomes and realistic effects helps seniors plan responsibly and avoid financial mistakes. Income reporting remains important under this bill. Changes to benefits do not remove existing reporting requirements for SSI or other income-sensitive programs. Seniors must continue to report changes in income, living arrangements, or marital status as required. Doing so ensures that payments remain accurate and prevents overpayments that could lead to repayment obligations in the future. Healthcare-related costs are another area indirectly affected by this legislation. While the bill does not directly change Medicare rules, higher Social Security payments can influence premium calculations and net benefit amounts for many seniors. This means it is important to consider total monthly income after deductions, rather than focusing solely on gross benefit increases. The legislation also recognizes regional differences in the cost of living. While Social Security is a national program, expenses vary widely across the country. Supplemental provisions allow for administrative flexibility that helps address these differences without creating entirely separate programs for each area. This approach ensures support while maintaining national consistency. For seniors who work part-time or have additional income, the bill does not eliminate existing earnings rules. However, adjustments in benefits may slightly alter how other income interacts with monthly payments. Understanding these interactions is crucial for making informed decisions about work and income without unintentionally affecting benefits. Another important point is that this bill does not require seniors to apply for new programs in most cases. Adjustments are generally processed automatically based on existing records. This reduces paperwork and helps ensure that eligible individuals receive benefits without additional effort. However, staying informed and reviewing payment notices is still important. The approval of this bill sends a broader message about priorities. It reflects recognition that seniors and vulnerable populations need continued support in a changing economic environment. While political debates continue, the legislation represents a concrete step toward addressing the immediate financial pressures experienced by millions of Americans. As payments begin to reflect these changes, seniors may notice differences in deposit amounts or timing. These changes should be reviewed carefully to determine what portion reflects standard benefits and what portion reflects approved adjustments. Maintaining personal records and reviewing monthly statements ensures clarity and confidence. The practical part of this discussion focuses on how these changes may appear in monthly payments, what timelines to expect, and how seniors can use this information responsibly. Large legislative changes often lead to exaggerated claims or misleading interpretations. Relying on official notices and consistent payment patterns provides a more reliable understanding than rumors or unverified information. Remaining calm and informed protects financial well-being. The approval of this bill demonstrates that seniors and vulnerable populations continue to be a priority. While it does not address every challenge, it provides meaningful adjustments that reflect current economic realities. These changes are designed to strengthen purchasing power, protect stability, and ensure benefits continue to meet essential needs. As monthly payments begin to reflect these updates, seniors should review their finances carefully. Even small increases can accumulate over time and provide opportunities to manage expenses more effectively. Thoughtful planning transforms legislative changes into tangible benefits for daily life. The key takeaway is that Congress has approved a bill that supports Social Security and provides supplemental financial support where it is needed most. These changes are real, funded, and integrated into the existing system. They are not sudden windfalls, but they are meaningful steps toward greater stability for millions of Americans who rely on these programs. Understanding what has been approved, how it is implemented, and how it affects individual circumstances empowers seniors to stay in control of their finances. Staying informed, reviewing payments, and planning carefully are the best ways to maximize the impact of these updates. This approval reinforces the role of Social Security as a reliable source of support and acknowledges the financial realities seniors face today. By approaching these changes with clarity and calm, older adults can move forward with confidence, knowing what to expect and how to manage their benefits wisely.